What's going on, Nasteey Nation? It's Nasteey, and in today's video, I'll be going over my top 5 high elo support picks for patch 10.11. If you go on to enjoy this video or find it helpful, then be sure to leave a like on the video. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know whether or not you agree with my list. That should just about do it for this introduction, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey guys, so before we get into the video, I just want to quickly let you all know about the giveaway that I'll be running on this video. So for today's giveaway, I'll be giving away some of the League Partner Astronaut Bard codes. These codes will unlock Bard if you don't own him already. They'll also unlock the Astronaut Bard skin, and they will also unlock the exclusive green chroma. And this is a chroma that you cannot actually buy in the League client. This is something that you can only unlock via these codes. All you have to do for a chance to win one of these codes is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below letting me know what region you're in. Best of luck in the giveaway and enjoy the video. So coming in at number 5, I have Taric, and this is a pick that I'm assuming a lot of you guys were not expecting to see on this list. Taric is a champion that you don't see too often because most people perceive this champion as a champion that doesn't have all too much carry potential. More times than not, you're going to have to rely around your teammates in order to carry as Taric. And this is mainly because all of his abilities are used most effectively when used on another teammate. Even though he does have CC in his E, which allows for some playmaking potential, for the most part, the core abilities for Taric include his Q, his W, and his R. These basically just allow you to heal, shield, and give your teammates invulnerability. So overall, when you would look at this champion, you probably would imagine him to be one that has a lot of success in high elo or has a lot of success winning games. But when you do look at his win rate in higher ranks, it is very clear that he has had a lot of success recently. And I know that a lot of people will probably think that this win rate is only increasingly high because there is the funnel strat when you play Taric with Master Yi. However, the data that I looked at in order to come to this conclusion actually takes into account when funneling is taking place, that Taric is accounted for as a mid laner. So I'm specifically looking at the win rate for Taric as support, and even then it's a really high win rate. I think that in higher ranks it's a lot easier to not only depend on your teammates, but also depend on your teammates to get you to at least to mid to late game. In lower ranks, games can be a little bit more chaotic and they can end a lot sooner, but in higher ranks you're going to be able to play Taric and get to that mid to late game and be extremely powerful. Overall, I think Taric is just a really strong pick at the moment. His heals and shields are super underrated but go a long way. His ultimate, if used properly, is a complete game changer in team fights, and as a whole, I just think that this champion is in a really good spot right now, and I think that even though he's not getting played a lot, people will soon pick him up and understand just how strong Taric is at the moment. Coming in at number 4, I have Lulu. So Lulu is a pick that I'm putting here on my list mainly because of the success that she's seen in high elo recently. The win rate is extremely high. However, I don't have too much personal evidence to back this pick up with because Lulu isn't a champion that I play all too much. But with that being said, it's a champion that I should probably focus on picking up soon because she did get buffed a couple patches ago and she seems to be in a really good spot at the moment. I think another big reason that she's having a lot of success at the moment is because the ADC role has been getting buffed lately, and Lulu is a really good champion when it comes to buffing up ADCs and making them as strong as possible. Overall though, she just has a lot of peel, she has decent poke, she has really good stages of the game all the way from early to mid to late, and I think that Lulu is just overall in a really good spot at the moment. As you'll go on to see from the honorable mentions on my list, I think that Enchantress supports as a whole are in a pretty good spot at the moment. They all have pretty decent win rates, but Lulu is actually the strongest Enchantress support right now in my opinion. She has the highest win rate out of all Enchantress supports in high elo. Coming in at number 3 on my list, I have Senna. So Senna support was really strong about a month or 2 ago. She was kind of just terrorizing solo queue, especially with the fasting Senna strat. However, more recently, they did give her a few nerfs and she's kind of dropped down. She's not been in the spotlight quite as much. She's currently hovering around a 50% win rate in high elo and actually across all elos. However, with the new addition or the new discovery of the Undying Grasp Senna build where you're building Frozen Mallet, when looking at the data, I actually came to the realization that building this item first actually increases Senna's win rate all the way from 50 to 55%. And I think that the reason her win rate is still hovering around 50% is because not enough people have adapted to this new playstyle yet, but it's actually really strong. It basically allows Senna to be just about as annoying as she was previously. She loses a little bit of damage, but she makes up for that with survivability. The longer she's able to survive now with that increased health, the more damage she's actually able to put out. So it kind of makes up for it there in the damage column, but she's definitely just as annoying and a lot tankier. So if you guys haven't checked out this Undying Grasp Senna build with Frozen Mallet, I definitely recommend it. It's putting Senna all the way up to a 55% win rate right now, and she's definitely a really strong pick in high elo at the moment. Coming in at number 2 on my list, I have Bard. So Bard was actually nerfed about a patch or two ago, I can't quite remember, but the nerfs didn't do all that much to him. He's still in a really good position. He has a really good win rate in just about every single rank, but in high elo especially. I think the main reason for this being is because Bard is a somewhat difficult champion to get a good grasp of. He's very skill shot reliant and he is very immobile, so you have to position well and you have to be able to land these clutch skill shots if you are wanting to be successful on this champion. So with that being said, it kind of becomes a lot more clear as to why Bard is having more success in high elo in comparison to low elo, again, even though he does have a win rate in both high and low elo. He's currently sitting at about a 53% win rate in higher ranks, and at least from my personal experience, he seems to be pick or ban in just about every single game that I play. There was also the addition of the Dead Man's Rapid Fire build that was introduced a few months ago, but that's not even the main reason that Bard is in a good place at the moment. That is still a viable build that you can go. But the win rate for that build is just about the same as the Enchanter Bard support build, where you're building stuff like Unholy Grail and Redemption. So it doesn't really matter too much what you're building on Bard. Overall, just right now, he's in a really good spot, so I highly recommend playing him if you're a support main playing in high elo. And finally, the number 1 pick on my list is going to be Thresh. When I think of supports that are really good in high elo and really bad in low elo, Thresh is definitely the support that comes to mind. I've been doing a lot of research lately, and it's kind of crazy to see the difference in win rates when looking at an Iron Thresh player in comparison to a Challenger Thresh player. In Iron, Thresh's win rate goes all the way down to 42%, and in Challenger, Thresh's win rate goes all the way up to 55%. Each rank you can kind of see that Thresh's win rate goes up little by little, from Iron to Bronze, from Bronze to Silver, all the way up to Challenger. I think that this is mainly because, again, similar to Bard, Thresh is a fairly difficult champion, so the higher ranked player that you are, the more comfortable you'll probably be on this champion, and the more success that you'll find on this champion. Very similar to Bard, Thresh is pretty much pick or ban right now in high elo, but more times than not he does get through because people are just really trying to get their hands on Thresh because they understand just how strong he is and just how much carry potential you can have when playing this champion. Now for some honorable mentions on my list, I have Yuumi. So I think that most people in the League community see Yuumi as a much stronger champion than she actually is. When you look at her win rates, it's not actually as crazy as some of the other champions I already previously listed on this video. The thing is Yuumi is a really annoying champion to play against, and it can seem really frustrating to play against, but more times than not, she's not actually doing quite as much as you would think she is. Don't get me wrong, I think that Yuumi is still a really good pick, and that's why I have her here on my honorable mentions. I just don't think she's quite as OP as people make her out to be. The next honorable mention I have is Nami. Like I said earlier in the video, Enchanter supports as a whole are in a pretty good spot right now. Lulu just tends to have the highest win rate out of all of them when it comes to higher ranks. Nami in lower ranks is probably a better pick at the moment, just because she's a little bit more straightforward and simple. But even with that being said, Nami is still in a really good spot. She has about a 52% win rate, which is a pretty good win rate for high elo supports. The next honorable mention I have on my list is another Enchanter support. This is Janna. Janna, I probably would have put as the strongest Enchanter support a patch or two ago. She also received some small nerfs lately, but even after the nerfs, she seems to be in a pretty good spot. If you have to pick an Enchanter support right now and Lulu is already banned or picked, I think Yuumi, Nami, and Janna are really good picks. And finally, the last honorable mention that I have on my list is Maokai. So Maokai is a bit of a weird pick. I think that he's actually probably top 5. The only reason I don't put him top 5 here is because the pick percentage for him is really low. So in high elo, Maokai support has a really high win rate. It's around 54-55%. However, because the sample pool size is so small, because his pick rate is so low, I don't feel entirely comfortable putting him as top 5. But this is definitely a pick I would recommend trying at least if you're playing him in high elo. And if you have some success with him, definitely give him more tries, play him a lot more, and this could be your hidden OP pick that most people haven't picked up on yet. Well, alright then, ladies and gentlemen, that should just about wrap up the end of this video. Again, if you guys did go on to enjoy it or find it helpful, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Also, feel free to comment down below letting me know whether or not you agreed with my list. If you think there's a champion that should have been included on this list, or maybe a champion that I included that you disagree with and you think that it should have probably been left off my list, just feel free to start a conversation down below. I look forward to seeing what you guys all have to say down in the comment section. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.